Alright guys, welcome back to the Dark Souls 3 walkthrough, Indiana Jones style. In this episode we're going to be going through the Cathedral of the Deep. We're going to begin Patch's quest and continue Sigurd's quest. Now along the way we're going to get some really good items. We're going to get Lloyd's Sword Ring, which is the opposite of the shield ring that we got from the Paladin's Ashes. It's like a red tearstone ring that does 10% more damage instead of 20, which is what the red tearstone ring gives you. And we're going to get Arbolest finally, our main crossbow for the game. And we're going to also get a Blessed Gem, which we're going to use on the Cestus. Now, by using a Blessed Gem on the Cestus, we're going to get a couple of nice advantages. First, we're going to get constant health regeneration as long as the Cestus is equipped. And also, we're going to be able to kill the skeletons once in the catacombs instead of twice. This isn't like Dark Souls 1 where they constantly respawn because of the necromancers. They respawn here, but only one time. So you'd have to kill them twice. But here we're just going to kill them once with the Blessed Cestus, and we'll never have to worry about them again. Now, the drawback to using a Blessed Cestus is we're going to lose strength and dexterity scaling on the Cestus by gaining the ability to health regen and kill the skeletons. However, that's not that big of a deal because we're going to invest in faith. And the Cestus has an S scaling with faith, which is massive, guys. So we're going to heavily invest in faith because not only the Cestus, but our bandit knife, interestingly enough, scales with faith. And our demon fist will scale with faith. And also, even though we're probably not going to use it, it is a part of the whip family. The Rose of Ariandel, which is like a flail, also scales heavily with faith. So in the long run, investing in faith is going to be the best for this Indiana Jones build. Now let me clarify something here. The bandit knife does not scale with faith initially. However, we're going to infuse it with a chaos gem later, so it's going to become a chaos bandit knife instead of a fire bandit knife. So that does scale with faith. Now, these enemies right here are just like the leech monsters. They can get leeches on you. So if that happens, if you happen to see the bleed meter pop up, then you know you've been infested with some leeches on you. So just have the torch ready if they hit you. Now, right here, it's best to just lure the Grave Warden to you. These are the enemies from Untainted Graves that have the massive bleed attacks, although this guy is not nearly as threatening as the ones in Untainted Graves. Only take 3 hits to kill here. And there's a shortcut we would like to open up here. Some people have said this shortcut is useless, but I disagree. But before we open the shortcut, let's go ahead and get an Undead Bone Shard here, and we're going to collect the rest of these young white branches, which means our friend in the tower, the giant, will eventually die once we collect all of them. And here I recommend using the bandit knife on these, just like the leech monsters. Yes, once we go to Farron Keep and get the last of these young white branches, our friend will die and we'll be able to get the Hawk Ring. I don't think it works on the crossbow, but we're still going to get the ring. But here you definitely want to get the Undead Bone Shard. Do not leave without this item here. This will take us to +4 Estus. We want to get our Estus as high as possible before going into the DLC. Now we're going to unlock the shortcut. Now this shortcut leads to where the leech monsters were at the beginning of the Cleansing Chapel bonfire, where we dropped down and killed those leech monsters. And it lets you skip the entirety of the graveyard, which is a nice little skip in my opinion. It doesn't take long to get up the ladder. So you want to come over here and kick this ladder down. We'll get this item first, the shield here. But there's a ladder down here you just want to kick. And you'll be able to come right back to this spot, pretty much right from the bonfire. It doesn't take long at all. Better than running through the graveyard and dealing with the Grave Warden and all that again. So we'll be basically at the church doors, although the doors are locked. And we need to unlock this door in order to progress Sigurd's quest. He will not enter the well until we unlock that door there, open that door from the other side. Now here, I apologize guys, this is not a clinic on how to do this area. What I should have done was kill the guy at the base of the stairs on the right and just ran, because the archer just gave me so many issues. But you definitely want to kill the guy that's sitting at the base of the stairs, because he will throw undead, I think they're undead charms at you, which will not let you heal. And watch out for the bomber there. But yeah, I really screwed this part up. I was terribly missing my shots, and is just not the way you want to do this area. I recommend just running through it, just getting to the left. But I just wanted to kill the guy, I guess. But our crossbow is weak right now, but we're fixing to get the Arbolest, which is going to be a massive upgrade. And we'll be able to get it to +8. We'll just need to find one Titanite chunk to get it to +9. But this guy right here, that guy right there I just killed, that's the guy you want to kill first, because he'll prevent you from healing. Quite annoying. I don't know where this guy comes from. I just forgot where some of these enemies were. Nearly died there. But again, blue tearstone ring to the rescue. But yeah, I don't recommend fighting these enemies. I just recommend running. It's a lot easier. Now, there's a lot of ambush points coming up, but we're going to take care of those ambushers before they can do anything to us. And this area will be a lot easier. Good riddance to that guy. So, you just want to watch your footing here. This is the next section to go into here, to the left. Don't need the torch right now. There's a little enemy off to the right here. You can kill him if you want. Now, like I said, there's ambush points. So what you want to do, as soon as you cross this area right here, go to the left. Stand about right here and snipe this thrall that's waiting to ambush you. What happens is, after you pass this area, he'll come from behind you. And there's other thralls that come from the front, so you're going to get sandwiched. But if you kill him first, and then you snipe this guy right here from a distance, you've effectively taken out the sandwich ambush there. And of course you also have the devouts they call them, that light themselves on fire, the bombers. Now this is another ambusher here. Take him out. And then there's other enemies that climb up the wall here. So you want to take them out too. There's just a lot of areas you can get ambushed, but if you do it like this, you won't get ambushed. There's another one that's going to climb up as soon as you get this item. And you've effectively taken out all of the thralls. No more are going to spawn. You've taken them all out. So I still was very wary, always looking in behind me, because these thralls are very sneaky. But what you want to do here is just run towards the archers. You don't snipe them, just run towards them. Now, the stairs to the left there is a trap. There's an item that we want to get up there, but it's a trap, so we're going to get rid of the ambushers again so that they don't overwhelm us. But that item right there you see, the shiny, is trapped. So what we're going to do, we're going to get rid of them. First, there's another little ambush here. This area is chock full of it. I thought I could get him through the wall here. Get a little bit closer. There we go. Now you want to take out this guy, the big dude, and the thralls before proceeding forward. So get your crossbow out. You're going to snipe the guy on the ceiling. And there's another one on the wall right here. If you just run into these areas as willy-nilly, you get ambushed from every direction. So if you know where they are, you'll make this area much easier. So once they're dead, we can go ahead and backstab this guy. I like backstabbing the guys that are just unawares. Forgot about that guy throwing the undead charm at you. So you want to come up here, get your crossbow out again, and these are the thralls that ambush you from above, and they hit very hard. So you don't want to go into that area without killing them up here. And then we'll drop down and get the item safely. Red Bug Pellets. We want to stock up on these for the DLC. We'll be able to buy them from patches later, but when we can get a free one, we might as well. There's a couple of more Grave Wardens up here you want to take out. Just backstab this guy again. Again, only 3 hits. Double-handed. Quick Chaos Blade will take him out. Well, plus 3 Chaos Blade. I think he glitched. Or actually, it's a Chaos 4. We got Chaos 4, I think. We got Chaos 4 now, so. Now these guys up here will just run down the stairs. They're bombers up here. I just run away. They'll eventually burn out. Now there's an Ember at the far end here, and it's very dangerous to get because there's a big guy with a axe and there's all these enemies here, but we're going to get it anyway. Make sure you kill this guy from the behind. That's the only thing that makes this area somewhat difficult, is all the ambush points. But kill a couple of them and wait for the big dude. Or actually, there's another guy that jumps over the railing there, and you can use the bombers to help kill some of the enemies. But yeah, we're just going to take out the big dude here. They're slow and can easily be backstabbed. But we want as many embers as possible because doing bosses, you'll want the embers. And I recommend doing backup saves once you get a lot of embers if you're struggling with a particular boss. Now, our first objective in here is to unlock shortcuts because we definitely don't want to go through all that again just to get back to the cathedral. So we want to make sure we open up shortcuts, and there's 2 of them we need to open up. Now these slugs, whatever the hell they're called, they're very weak to fire. Now these guys will just shoot fire. They're very easy to kill, very weak. Fodder, basically. Basically just random priests. There's the shortcut right there. But if you want, you can come down here and kill a evangelist and get a deep gem. Although we're not going to use it. I don't even know why I bothered coming down here, but I guess just because it's kind of like a... It's not a 100% guide, but I knew if I know something's there, I'm just going to go get it, I guess. It's a deep gem, basically. Gives you a... I'm not sure if it... I think it gives you dark damage with scaling, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I forgot about that guy as well. Just like Dark Souls 1 in the depths. Very annoying. Yeah, make sure to open this shortcut. The first of 2. This will lead you back to the cleansing chapel bonfire, where we started. Now, our next objective is to start Patch's quest. Now, there's a way you can actually make this quest more difficult than it has to be. So the easiest way to do Patch's quest, and to do Grey Rat's quest, and to do Sigurd's quest is to just do it like this. So you don't want to go to the rafters yet. You want to save that for later. Just follow the path that I take and you won't screw it up. There's a giant up here that will sling his arm at you. As long as you watch him, you'll be able to avoid him quite easily. But as you can see, I got greedy here and went for the Lloyd's shield ring, or sword ring. And that's the ring that's going to give us extra damage when our health is full. So just keep an eye on the giant, and as you see him rearing up, just do a roll. You'll avoid him. Now, a couple of things here. You can go left or you can go down. We're going to go left here because there's a few little things here. Really not necessary to go this way, but I'm just going to go through the entirety of this area. There's another thrall waiting to ambush from up top. Blow dart. And another one will join the show. Usually if there's one, there's more than one. There's more than one. You see one thrall, there's usually 2 or 3. Because they like to ambush. That's what they live to do. Now, just a spell here. We're not using any spells in this guide. Not at all. The one thing that's remained constant with all my walkthroughs for these Indiana Jones builds is I've never used magic. Or sorceries or pyromancies. We're going to continue that trend. Or shields. Now we're going to get invaded here by our friend from Dark Souls 1, where we took his gauntlets, the thorned gauntlets in the first game, but we're not going to use them in this game. It doesn't give us any benefits as far as extra punching damage or anything, so it's not going to benefit us. We're not going to use it, and it's just going to put more weight on us. Now in this room there is a mimic. This mimic has a dark tome, which you do not want to give to Irina, who is in the Undead settlement sewers, which we have not saved yet. But this is a tome you definitely cannot give her and buy a spell. You can actually give it to her, but you cannot buy a dark spell from her. Because then she has to read the tomes, and that's when she corrupts herself. So, you would not give that tome to her. Now, there's a knight here. Now, there's something I want to talk about, guys. Pretty soon, shield enemies will not become a problem for us at all. When they like to, turtle up behind their little shields or big shields, they're going to be instantly killed by us because Patches has a nice ring which is going to absolutely trivialize any enemy in the game that has a shield. And I'm going to demonstrate that on several occasions. It's basically a ring that increases your kick damage. One kick will cause the shield to go away, which will leave them open to a riposte. Now this guy here that drops down, 2 hits from Chaos Blade and it's down for the count. It gives you the Sapphire. The Sapphire gives you focus points, which is like your mana for critical attacks. Like refills it a little bit. And there's another version that does your health, I think. But yeah, here's where we're going to get invaded. Using the whip is the best bet. He can't get close to you. We're just going to kill him with the whip from distance. He won't have a chance. I like to double hand it and just use my strongest attack with the whip, and it just makes some short work of him. Especially if you can charge it up. A couple hits and they're gone pretty much. Right, like this one. They just can't do nothing. The whip cannot be parried at all. So if they love to parry, good luck. We'll get the spiked shield, and we'll also get his armor set once we go to Rosaria's Covenant area, is where the armor will be. Now here is the second shortcut you want to unlock. Very important, do not go up top. Although you can still do Patch's quest going up to the rafters now. It's just a little more complicated. You don't want to complicate things. You just want to make things very simple and streamlined. So this door to the right here, there's a lift. Just don't go up the lift yet. You will go up there, but not until after Patches has sent you down to the giants. Well, where the giants would have been. We're going to kill the giants and mess up his fun. He has a nice little bit of dialogue that's funny once he realizes the giants are not down there and his plan has been thwarted. So we're just going to rest at the bonfire, and then we're going to go back and kill the 2 giants on the sides of the rooms. Now here's what you don't want to do. You can go up the lift a little bit, but realize that you made a mistake and just jump off. You don't want to go up there yet. like I said, you can still do the quests. It's just more complicated, and I don't want to make things complicated. I have done it both ways. So I can confirm that even if you do go to the rafters, you can still do Patch's quest. It's just a little different. Because you have to buy Sigurd's armor off of Patches before you can rescue Patches from the well. Which we'll get to that later. But these giants here, on each side of these rooms here, one is the path forward and the other one leads to some items. We're going to go to the one that leads to some items first, and then that area right there is where you want to go for the boss, the Deacons of the Deep. A really crappy boss, I must say. But use your Bandit Knife's weapon art to quickly get through the sludge. And we're going to use Chaos Blade to quickly dispatch this giant. Although he takes quite a bit of hits. I think he takes like 12 hits or something with the Chaos Blade. Even a Chaos Blade at +4 still takes a good amount of hits to take this guy down. This is the easier of the two giants. The other guy has the annoying slugs around him, and you have to deal with that and the giant stomps. But that's why I was trying to use the Bandit Knife on the other one, because fire is their kryptonite, those slugs. Make sure you get all the items in this area, and you can go down. After you open that door, there's some more items. That's Rhea's set from Dark Souls 1. I do like all the fan service they gave Dark Souls 1 fans in this game. Like, you know, they had Kirk we just fought, and then you had Rhea's set right there. Of course, Patches. There's nice little, and of course Sigurd. I mean, you have a lot of nostalgia in this game that you would remember. And there's even throwbacks to Dark Souls 2 as well, like the Shield of Want and some other things. Now, this is a Homeward Bone. We're definitely not going to need these anymore, but we can sell them for chump change. Now we're going to go to the other giant. And this one, like I said, is more of a pain because of all the slugs. The giant itself isn't hard. It's just the slugs and dealing with the slugs and the giant at the same time. So we're going to keep our Bandit Knife out, which is not going to do as much damage as Chaos Blade, but we definitely want to take out as many slugs as possible before taking on the giant. There's quite a few of the slugs too. I just see one, I go to town on it. Just keep trying to find the slugs. Don't worry about the giant right now. There's quite a few, like I say. Some of them just sneaking up on me. Your movement's going to be heavily hindered by the sludge. So you definitely need to have the knife to do your weapon arts. And you're going to be fat rolling through this crap as well. I don't even know where that slug came from. They send these spikes out after you, and it's just, I don't even know. It's very annoying. Now once we've got Mr. Giant taken care of, we'll just finish all the slugs off and get all the items. And now, after that, we're going to go meet an imposter onion bro. It's really Patches in disguise, of course. And unlocking Dark Souls 1, you have to forgive him not once, but twice to get him as a vendor. So you really have to let bygones be bygones, because it's definitely worth forgiving him, because we want to get his ring. We want to get him as a merchant anyway, because he sells some good things regardless. Black fire bombs and human pine resin, although we can eventually get that from the handmaiden as well. I don't recommend fighting these guys right now. Just kind of go through the pews here and just avoid any contact if you can. In fact, I don't even fight them going towards the boss. But you want to come this way and take this lift up. This will take you to Patches. Before you meet Patches, this door is the one you must open in order to progress Sigurd's quest. He will not appear in the well until you open this door, and this is the one at the beginning after we unlock that shortcut back to the leech monsters. That's the opening door there. And here's the butthole himself. Trying even to sound like Sigurd. So just walk across the bridge and he'll reveal his true self and send you down to what he thinks is a giant ambush. But we've already taken care of the giants. I'm going to let this cutscene actually play out. So now we just want to go back to the bonfire. And this time we're going to take that lift up to the rafters, which we didn't want to go up before. And finally, we're going to get our two items that we've been coveting for a while, the Arbolest and the Blessed Gem. So we want to take a left here. Of course, since we sent it up like an idiot, we need to send it back down. You'll get a few more items on the way there too, like the deep ring, which we're not going to use. Anything associated with magic, we're really just not going to use. And that enemy that gave us so much problems before, when he was sniping us, we can get our revenge here and one-shot him. Now, this is the enemy that drops the deep ring. I believe it has something to do with attunement slots. You want to be careful when you roll off here. Just make sure you land on it. Now there's a thrall that's going to ambush you from the left as you're going to be climbing up. We're just going to punch him out. Now, go left. Do not go right. It's much easier to go left because there's a lot of ambushes here. This big dude with the axe will sandwich you between the thralls and another big dude. So if you take him out from the left first, you'll have a much easier time. In fact, we want to take out both big dudes before the thralls even get here. What the game wants you to do is just run around and get sandwiched by this guy and the other guy we just killed, in addition to the thralls that are going to climb up, which is really a cluster. So once we kill those two guys, we're going to look to the right and wait for this thrall to come up. And you're going to turn right here, and you're going to see a thrall just waiting there. He's waiting. As soon as you run to the next section, he's going to come from behind. So you can either run down that way and kill him, or just continue toward Arbolest, which is right here. This is our prize here. This is our main crossbow for the rest of the game. Avalon will become part of the build, but this is going to be our mainstay for the most part. And here's the thrall I was talking about. Always coming down. I think we knocked him off, actually. There's some more thralls over here, and there's an item down here. I just went in guns a-blazing here with Chaos Blade, didn't care. It's a pale tongue. Alright, now this area can be quite tricky. This is the Rafter Section. The Blessed Gem is being guarded by a rather difficult knight, and the knights will shoot as well from the rafters if they see you. And there's thralls here, so let's thin the ranks a little bit. Stand at the entrance here, and let's take out a thrall from the distance here, or at least get him to come to us. Well, looks like he didn't fall off. Most of the knights cannot stand up on the rafters. They'll just walk off like idiots. But what you want to do is go to the right first, because you want the Blessed Gem for sure. But the Blessed Gem is heavily guarded. This dude right here isn't playing around, guys. He nearly kills me a few times, I think. He doesn't want to give up the Blessed Gem. Guarding it with his life. Yeah, he was wrecking me for a while there. Get the Blessed Gem and get the hell out of here. Now, if you go to the rafters, he'll either fall off or give up the chase. Usually they'll fall off because they just don't know how to walk on the rafters. It's really quite funny, to be honest. But there's another guy here. You don't want to approach him because the guy on the far, far end over there, you don't want to approach him because he's got a bow and he'll shoot you and knock you off. But if you shoot one of them and just walk away, they'll just fall off. See how stupid they are. But you really don't even want to shoot this guy. I don't even know what I was thinking here. I don't recommend alerting him to your presence if you can help it. But what you want to do is just drop off right here. You'll take a little bit of damage, but not much. And we're going to come up on Patches pretty soon, and he's going to pretend like he doesn't know you. Of course, you know better than that. You want to take out this, whatever the hell this thing is. Be careful not to hit Patches. Forgive him. He'll give you a gesture and then some rusted coins as like a method of payment so you don't kill him, I guess. And then he'll offer himself as a merchant. Buy all of Sigurd's gear. I don't know if you have to buy the shield, but I just buy it anyway. As you can see, he sells black fire bombs, human pine resin, and more importantly, the red bug pellets, which we definitely want these. I'm just going to buy as many as I can right now. And then leave. Oh, we're going to sell our Homer bones to him. So, the next step here is we're going to unlock Rosaria's covenant room. Whatever you do, you don't want to join her covenant or offer her a pale tongue, because it will immediately fail another NPC's quest. So, I think it's Cyrus. You definitely don't want to screw her quest up, because she has the cat ring, which we're going to get later, and you don't want to screw her up by offering a pale tongue to Rosaria. If you do that, you'll never get the cat ring. At least not in this playthrough. These enemies are very annoying. Every time I was rearing for my whip, I got hit by another one. But the whip will take them out if you can get the whip off. The whip is amazing for crowd control if you hadn't seen that already. This one's placid for some reason. Don't know why it doesn't attack, but it'll give you the red sign soapstone. Now this door here leads to Rosaria and the thorn set, which you killed Kirk earlier. It will be here. But it's also nice to unlock this bonfire just as a shortcut to the Deacons of the Deep. This is where you can also respect your character. And if I'm not mistaken, I think you can change your appearance as well. So it's nice to have this covenant. Just do not offer a pale tongue. You can still use her services, but once you offer that pale tongue, Cyrus's quest will instantly fail. And she will become hostile towards you. She does not like Rosaria Finger Covenant members. Now we're just going to go to the boss. Deacons of the Deep. You want to cross this bridge here. I guess we could talk about the boss a little bit. The boss is trivial, especially with the whip, because we're going to take out multiple enemies at once. And we just got to focus on the one that's glowing, really. You'll get bombarded by a lot of fireballs and stuff, but with our whip, we're just going to trivialize this boss pretty much. We're going to take some damage, but it's not nothing to worry about. If you're really worried, you can put on the flame stone plate ring. I thought I could get cheeky here and have some fun until I got shot from behind by this guy with his massive sword. But yeah, the Deacons of the Deep, very easy boss. Very easy, especially with the whip, like I said. The sweeping attack is going to take out multiple enemies at once and just keep killing the one that has the red aura around them. And it'll hop to one and go to another one. Once you kill one of them, it goes to another. Like I said, you're going to get hit by a lot of fireballs, but the damage is minimal at best. It's not really going to do too much to us. Just keep focusing on the one that's glowing. That's the gist of this fight. Just keep focusing on the glowing one. And clear out the ones that are in your way. You could get Chaos Blade out, I guess, to do more damage. But I prefer the whip just to make short work of everybody else around him. Now, once the guy with the pointy hat is spawned in, that's the last guy. It won't go to anybody else after that. So you just want to focus on him. And the ones that have purple on them seem to do more damage to you. Yeah, that one right there. I think he heals them too. We're just brute forcing our way through this boss because it's such a joke. And that's it. Whip for the win on this one. The whip was made for this boss. Now, we're going to go back to the Cleansing Chapel bonfire and get Seekward out of the well that he's somehow got himself trapped into. I guess Patches threw him in the well and took his armor. You'll get a cool gesture called Rejoice, which we're going to use as soon as we dump his armor to him. Make sure you throw it to him. Rejoice. We'll go ahead and throw that on there and celebrate with Seekward himself. Alright, now back to Firelink so that we can get betrayed by Patches yet again, except this time we're going to get him as a permanent merchant. So what we're going to do is go back to Firelink, and we need to buy the tower key off the Handmaiden at last. We definitely need the key now. We're going to get some nice items from the tower as well. The Estus Ring, which we're going to use for the DLC. And the Fire Keeper's Soul, which will heal the Dark Sigil. Which we're going to do later, but not yet. Let's go ahead and upgrade Arbolest to as high as we can, which is +8. We can't get it to +9 because we're one chunk short. We need one chunk. But we'll get it along the way at some point. We'll definitely get it before going into the DLC boss fights. Make sure Grey Rat is at Firelink. That's why we made sure there that we're talking to him, because Patches will not sell us the ring that we want unless Grey Rat is at Firelink. So the first thing you actually want to do to him when he becomes your permanent merchant is to talk to him. Do not try to buy anything from him at first. You want to talk to him, and then he'll have the ring in his inventory. So we're going to use the tower key here. I'm going to go into the elevator, and as we're going up, we'll hear the door slam, and that means that Patches has betrayed us again. Up here is the Firekeeper soul. And we'll talk about the Dark Sigil later. I'm not sure what makes Yule die, but before he does, we make sure we get our 5 free levels out of him, which we will do later. We have to become hollow to do this, though, so our faces become like pizza again. But we can heal it later by giving the Firekeeper soul that we just got. It costs 100,000 souls, however, to do this, but we'll get a ton of souls later anyway. Exhaust his dialogue. Let him gloat. Now, 2 blocks over, right here. Just run off. Don't jump, don't roll, just run. And you'll land here. Make sure you have enough health to sustain the fall, however. And heal again and drop down to the bottom. And you'll get the Estus Ring. Very important ring for later. This gives you more Estus per chug. And you'll want this for some bosses, let me tell you. Now we want to go back to where Patches will be our merchant. And we're finally going to get our ring. And we're going to get access to unlimited red bug pellets, which is nice. And human pine resin. I must have missed this ember earlier. Don't know why. Another homeward bone we don't need. But yeah, this ring is called the Hoof Ring or something. It allows you to kick with more power. 40% more stamina damage, I guess, when somebody's using a shield. But from my experience, 1 kick will take out any shield. Forgive him for the final time and talk to him. And he'll mention Grey Rat. Now the ring will be available for purchase. It's only 500 souls. The Hoof Ring. And red bug pellets, of course. And I'm buying more of those. He'll also sell rusted coins, some black fire bombs. A nice merchant to have, no doubt. But yeah, the Hoof Ring is very, very useful, guys. No enemy with a shield can withstand our wrath when we got that ring. We'll basically kick them once, and then repost them. They're dead. Especially when we combine that with the Hornet Ring later. We're giving her the Firekeeper soul now. I think this changes the ending as well. I'm not 100% sure. She'll accept it and have the ability to heal the Dark Sigil. We are both firekeepers after all. Forgive me. And that's going to do it, guys, for this episode. In the next episode, we're going to Fair and Keep. And we're going to take out the Abyss Watchers.